Hello class, this is Timothy Weber, and right here I'll be showing you my dynamic warm-up program for youth baseball players. This first exercise is arm swings. You'll be swinging your arm in circles forward and backward 10 times each direction or each way for 5 sets. These circles can be performed in a plethora of sizes, from small to medium to large circles. One cue I would use for this movement is relatively simple. It would just be to keep your elbows extended and move your arms in a circle. These are called hand walks. You'll be performing these starting off in the push-up position, and you're just going to walk backwards with your hands up to your feet, getting your hands as close as you can to your feet while keeping your feet in the same position on the floor. You're going to feel your hamstrings and your lower back and your calves begin to tighten up as you get closer, and then you'll return back to the push-up position. This can be performed 5 times back and forth for 3 sets. One cue I could give this is just to tell the individual just to walk on their hands. Another cue for this movement could be that you could tell them to turn to a fold-up ladder and fold themselves up. This next exercise, or dynamic stretch, is an inverted toe touch. This is almost like a single leg RDL. The opposite hand will touch the opposite foot or toe, with the unused leg acting as a counterbalance behind you, keeping it straight and in line with your torso. This can be performed 5 times for each foot for 5 sets. That will be a total of 10 touches for both feet cumulatively per set. This next movement is a straight leg march. You will touch the opposite hand to the opposite foot, similar to the last movement, but it'll be in a more dynamic and faster movement when you're kicking your leg forward. You'll keep your kicking leg straight and you'll reach for your toe with the opposite foot, or opposite hand, I mean. 10 kicks for 10 yards down and back, which would be 20 kicks in total for 3 to 5 sets. This next movement will be a drop lunge with a karaoke step behind you. This will be done when you perform a reverse lunge with the trail leg being swung to the side of the lead leg behind you. From this position, you'll return to a standing position and then lunge the same way for the opposite leg. This will be done for 5 sets of 5 steps to each side, with 10 reps in total for each. One cue I like to use for this is just to tell the client or athlete to do a really deep curtsy. This next movement is a prone leg crossover. You'll lie prone on the floor with your arms either at 45-degree angles from your torso, like I have here, which I do alternate a little bit, getting used to the movement, or you can have your hands under your shoulders. You'll take one toe and you'll try to touch it to the other side of your body and then bring that toe back to the starting position, and you'll alternate with the other toe. You can use a cue that's helpful for this by telling the athlete or client to try and touch the wall next to them if they're near a wall, or touch their buddy if you're working with multiple people. This next movement is called the dog and bush. You'll be standing with one knee raised. You'll move it laterally, abducting it from the midline, and then you'll adduct it again to the midline, putting your foot down. You'll then perform the same action with the other leg, and you'll be repeating this for 10 times to each side for 5 sets. One cue that I would use for this is just to tell the person to pretend they're a dog going up to a bush. As crude as that might seem to some, I believe that illustrates the point relatively well.